So here is the game board all set up for 3 players. We have a white player, a blue player, and a yellow player. Everybody gets a game board. Everybody gets 3 lira. You get some of these glass tokens to keep track of the grapes on your crush pad and the wine in your cellars. Everybody gets 3 workers to start with. 2 regular size workers and 1 grande worker. And this is the game board. The object of the game is to be the first player to get 20 points. Everyone starts right here with 0. It is possible to go into the negative, but we're trying something a little different this time. We're just going to learn the game by playing it. So we have randomly determined that the blue player is going to be the first player. So, first player means they get to decide where their rooster goes in player order. So, well, I think the blue player, he is going to jump right here because he wants another vine card. That's the plus green bonus right there. Get the vine card. So, he draws a vine card. And Cabernet Sauvignon makes a level 4 red grape, but you have to have the trellis and the irrigation to build it. So we'll put that with our starting hand for the blue player. Can't quite plant that yet. Next, the white player. He gets to choose. And he is going to go to the number 3 position, gets him a purple card, which is a wine order card. So the white player, he gets a wine order card. This person wants a level 3 red wine and a level 5 white wine. If we can complete that order, he'll get 4 victory points and 1 lira. So we'll put that over here with the white player. I should say everybody starts with 1 Pinot grape in their hand and 1 random summer visitor card. So that leaves the yellow player. Well, the yellow player is thinking, well, I can either go first and get no bonus, or I can push myself all the way down here, get an extra worker, because the lower you go on this track, the better the bonus. So he's probably just going to take that extra worker. So the yellow player, for this round only, is going to have an extra player. All right, now that we've determined turn order, we start with the blue player. So we're going to look at that, his board. He's got the Pinot grape that everybody starts with. He's got the Cabernet Sauvignon that he just picked up. And his summer worker is the peddler, where you can discard 2 cards to draw 1 of each type of card up to a maximum of 4. So there are the 4 types of cards. You got the vine card, summer visitor, the wine order cards, and the winter visitor cards. So where, oh where, is the blue player going to go first? Well, right now we are in the summer, so we can only put workers over on this half of the board. This half of the board with the blue circles are the winter areas. So right now we're in the summer, and the first thing that he is going to do is, well, he definitely needs to build some structures, because all of his grapes here require structures before he can build it. He has $3 right now, and let's take a look. The irrigation, yeah, that costs 3 to build, and the trellis, that costs 2 to build. So he's thinking, yep, he is going to go down here and choose the action, build 1 structure. And by taking the bonus space, he gets to build that structure at a discount. So he is going to start by building his trellis right here. So he's got the trellis out on the board. That would normally cost him 2 lira. But since he got the bonus, he can only get away with only paying 1. All right, then we move next in turn order is White. White is going to select one of their workers, choose a summer action. Well, it's always good to have some money, so he is going to give a tour to gain 2 lira, but taking the bonus action gains him 3. So 3 more lira go to the white player. He now has a total of 6 because everybody starts with 3. All right, yellow player's turn. Yellow player, he's got that extra worker, so he's going to get to take an extra action this year. Let's see, should he, he thinks he's going to have to get some better grapes to plant, so he's going to go up here to draw a vine card, but he's taking the bonus action, the one in the middle, so he gets 2 vine cards. And let's see what he got there. Malvasia creates a level 1 white grape, and the Sauvignon Blanc, which creates a level 3 white grape. Combine that with the Pinot that he already had, and let's look at his Summer Visitor card. He can discard 4 cards to gain 2 victory points or 4 lira with the Auctioneer. Alright, well, that's it for yellow, so we go back up to the top. Oops, I bumped these guys down. Blue, he gets to go again. Well, he's got that trellis, and the name of the game is making wine, and to make wine you need grapes. So he is going to take a worker, and he wants to plant. So he is going to take this plant grapes action. Now, there is an available spot here that would allow him to plant a second grape. And he does, in fact, have 2 grapes in his hand, the Pinot and the Cab. But we're playing with the quote-unquote friendly variant, where he's not allowed to take that bonus space unless he can actually complete the bonus. And while he can plant the Pinot because he has the trellis, remember he picked that up the last turn, he cannot plant the Cabernet Sauvignon yet because that requires the trellis and the irrigation. So he's planting the Pinot. You put that in field number 1. So now when he harvests that field, he will make a level 1 red and a level 1 white. All right, moving on. Turn order. White. White, let's see, what does White want to do? He's got a lot of money. And what does his Summer Visitor card do? He's got the Architect. He can build a structure at a 3 lira discount. Now that's interesting. I'll have to double check the rules if building a structure always has to cost at least 1 lira, or if a discount drives it to 0, can you just build it for free? That is what makes sense to me. So he is going to go up here to the action that says play a Summer Visitor card. Again, not taking the bonus because he only has 1 to play. He cannot do the bonus of taking 2. So he's going to play his Architect. Come on. There you go. Build a structure at a 3 lira discount. So that gets discarded when it's played. He is going to... Now, which structure should he build? He needs the trellis for the Pinot. And because eventually, everybody starts with this Pinot card, and he needs that trellis to put the Pinot out there. So, yep, that's what he's going to do. He's going to build the trellis, even though the trellis normally only costs... Well, you know what? I take that back. He's got a lot of money. So, the structure he's going to build at a 3 lira discount is the irrigation, because he can build that for free. So, grabs his little irrigation and just puts that... Yeah, we'll stand it up. So now he has built the irrigation. All right. Yellow's turn. Yellow, he's got all these workers. Let's see, does he want to do a worker? He would also like to plant, but again, he does not have any structures yet. So, yep, he's going to go ahead and plant, taking that second available spot. Now, because he does not have any structures, he doesn't have a trellis, and he doesn't have any irrigation. When we look at the cards that he has in his hand, requires a trellis, requires irrigation, but this vine does not require any structures to build. So he is going to get his first field going there. All right, so we've come to yellow. All right, going back to blue, he's got that grande worker. Does he want to save that for the winter months? Well, he might, because he's got some grapes going. He might want to get that going. So the blue worker, he is going to pass. And when you pass in one season, you just indicate that by moving your rooster over. So we go to the white. Yeah, he can't plant anything, so yep, he's going to pass also. And yellow, he's got 2 workers left. He could maybe get away with doing something. He's got the 1 vine going already. But no, he wants 2 actions in the winter, so he's going to pass as well. Okay, so that's the end of summer. We go to fall. In fall, in turn order, meaning the turn order established here, so blue, then white, then yellow, everyone gets to pick either a summer visitor card or a winter visitor card. Summer visitor cards basically let you bend the rules a little bit during the summer. Winter visitor cards let you bend the rules a little bit during the winter. So, let's look back here. Blue, let's look at his player board. He's got a vine going, so he might be able to get some grapes, and he's already got a structure. He's looking pretty good. He's going to start thinking, and he's still got this summer visitor card in his pocket. So he's going to take a winter visitor card. Let's see what he got. The professor. Pay 3 lira to train 1 worker. And you may use that worker this year. That's pretty cool, because normally to get an extra permanent worker, you have to take this spot down here, and you get to train a worker for 4 lira. But when you do that, you have to put the worker here in sort of the schoolhouse, and you don't get to use that worker until the next year or the next round. But with this card that we just picked up, the blue player can train a worker and use them right away. So that's pretty cool. Next, the white player. He wants, you know what? He already has a wine order that he can fill. He's going to take a summer visitor card. Let's see, the handyman. All players may build 1 structure at a 2 lira discount. You gain a victory point for each opponent who does this. This is an interesting one. It helps out everybody, but everybody that takes advantage of this opportunity helps the white player the most. All right. And finally, the blue player. He's already got 1 summer visitor that might come in handy. You have to get rid of 4 cards to take advantage of the auctioneer. So, yep, we will take, we'll take a summer visitor card for the yellow player. And we got the contractor. Choose 2 of these. He can either gain a lira, build a structure at its regular price, and plant a vine. This is kind of cool because normally it would cost you 2 of your workers to do any 2 of those things. But with the contractor, by just using 1 worker in the play a summer visitors card space, he can accomplish 2 actions. So that's kind of neat. All right, now we move on to the winter. So we've got these phases over here where we can pick up order cards, wine order cards. We can harvest our fields to create grapes. We can then crush those grapes to make wine tokens. And if we have an order card, we can fill it and gain some victory points. There's some bonuses, extra victory points. Instead of making up to 2 wine tokens, you can make up to 3. Instead of harvesting 1 field, you can harvest 2. And then here's where we train workers, and having more workers is always a good idea. And of course, if you have a winter visitor card in your hand, you can play it up here. So we go back to our turn order. Blue. Blue's got 1 worker left. It happens to be the Grande worker. We'll talk about the Grande worker when we can implement their power, but what I'm looking here is he's got a Pinot ready to be harvested. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to take this Grande worker and we are going to harvest a field. So again, can't take that bonus spot because we only have 1 field to harvest. So since we can't take advantage of the +1, we're only going to do the regular spot. So we harvest a field. When we harvest a field, come down, we look at our fields, and we've got that Pinot, and it says that the Pinot makes a level 1 red. Get it back into focus here. A level 1 red and a level 1 white. So, what does that mean? Well, we look at our board and we go down to our crush pad. We have these cool little glass beads. Level 1 red and level 1 white. So we've got some grapes now in our crush pad. Hooray! All right, white player, he's got his 1 Grande worker. What does the white player want to do? Well, he doesn't have any grapes to harvest, so that wouldn't do him any good. You know, it might be a good idea because he's got lots of money. He's got lots and lots of money. He's going to invest in the future. He is going to train a worker. So, he is going to take advantage of this middle bonus space. Normally it costs 4 lira to train a worker. He's going to take the bonus space in the middle. Now it only costs him 3. So, go over here. White worker picks up 3 lira. Sends it back to the bank. And hooray, we get to go and grab a new worker. And when he comes into play, he comes into play in the school, basically. I don't think it's actually called a school. That's just what I call it. But next round, the white player will have an extra worker to work with. And finally, we did blue, we did white, now yellow. Yellow, because he got that extra worker by going last and taking the bonus of the extra worker, he has 2 workers left. Everyone else is basically done. So, I think, yep, he is, first he's going to see, maybe he can get lucky. And if he picks up a, oh no, he can't pick up a winter visitor card. But he's going to pick up a wine order just to give him an idea of what he's trying to sell. And by taking the bonus spot in the middle, he gets 2 order cards. So we're going to grab 1, grab 2. All right, let's see what the yellow player picked up. Interesting, okay. So he has an order. Someone wants a level 4 red and a level 3 red. Now, of course, he could sell this person a level 5 and a level 3, or a level 4 and a level 6. It just has to be at least level 4 and at least level 3. If he can sell that, he'll get 3 victory points and $1. And he also picked this one up. Ooh, a level 7 sparkling wine. They're tough to make, and you need, if you look on your cellar board, you know, here are your wines. Here's your small cellar, your medium cellar, and your large cellar. So before he can even think about making this level 7 sparkling wine, he's going to have to build the large cellar and the medium cellar. And you do have to build them in order, pretty sure. You get the small cellar for free. You have to build the medium cellar before you can have any wine here. And then you have to build the large cellar before you can have any wine here. So, to sell this sparkling wine, level 7, he's going to have to build 2 cellars and then have the grapes to transfer over to make that sparkling wine. That's going to be tough, but it does pay off pretty good. I said to make that sparkling wine, there's this little key here. You'll notice when you're making a red wine, that's real easy. You just go from a level 3 red grape to a level 3 red wine. Same with white. But if you're making a blush wine down here, you've got to combine a white and a red. You add their 2 numbers together, and that's the type of blush wine that you make. And when you're making a sparkling wine, you need a white and 2 reds. You add all 3 numbers together. You combine them to make the appropriate level sparkling wine. Okay, so whose turn is it? Well, we go back to the top. It's blue, but blue has no more available workers. So blue, in the wintertime now, passes. And when he passes in the winter, you just slide it back there. Same goes for white. White has used up all his workers, so he passes. Yellow, oh, look at that. Yellow gets an extra worker because he went last. So what does he want to do with this last option? Well, he doesn't have the money to train a worker. Can't do that. He doesn't have any wine order cards that he can fulfill. He could make some wine. Oh, no, he couldn't, because he does not have any grapes on his crush pad. So he could he could get some free money. You can always go to this spot here, whether it's the winter or summer, and there's no limit to the number of workers that can be placed here. And that could get him $1, basically, gain 1 lira. Or, and maybe this is what he wants to do. He wants to go ahead and get some grapes going. So he is going to take this second spot on the harvest field action. So we go down to his player board, and when you harvest a field, okay, so he has a level 1 white. So we go to our crush pad, we pick up one of these cool little glass beads. All right, we have harvested the field. We now have a level 1 white. And then he passes, and that's the end. That is the end of round 1, or year 1. So what do we do at the end of the year? Well, let's take a look at on the board. Age all grape and wine tokens. Okay, that's kind of cool. At the end of every round, your wine and your grapes age. So let's go here. The white player, oh, he doesn't have any grapes. He doesn't have any wine. Bummer. Blue player, aha. Okay, so he has his level 1 red. Oh, there it is. Level 1 red. That becomes a level 2. Level 1 white becomes a level 2. They age. No wine yet. And now we'll go check our final player, our yellow player. They've got that one level 1 white. All right. So we have aged all of our wine and grapes. Collect residual payments. Well, that's this thing here. We didn't sell anything, so we don't have any residual payments. And discard it down to 7 cards. Well, let's see. White player, he only has 3 cards. Blue player only has 3 cards. The yellow player picked up a bunch of cards. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, everyone's under 7. Great. And now we rotate that first player token counterclockwise. So, first player token was here with blue. Counterclockwise. It's now over here with yellow. All right. End of the year. Everybody collects all of their meeples, their workers, brings them back home and puts them on their available worker spot. You take all of your roosters, move them up to the top, and the first player gets to place his rooster. So in the interest of time, I'm just going to do all that and be right back.